We continue our working day at Ukraine Crisis Media Center. Now the floor is given to Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk, Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesperson on ATO-related issues. Good afternoon, everyone. During the last 24 hours, the situation in the anti-terror operation zone was characterized by decrease in the number of enemy provocations. Now, information in more detail. The Lugansk sector, the enemy shelled strong points of the armed forces of Ukraine 9 times. Heavy weapons was not used in firing provocations of the enemy near the settlements Valuiske, Zaitsevo, Krymske, Lobachevo, Luganske, Nova Oleksandrivka, and Stanitsa Luganska. The militants used grenade launchers and small arms. And also the enemy delivered precision, purposeful fire in direction of our positions. And also the militants launched 2 mortar mines of 120 mm of caliber at our positions near Troitske. And in 4 instances when enemy shellings posed a direct threat to lives and health of our servicemen, the units of the armed forces of Ukraine returned hail of bullets with the use of service weapons. And in order to suppress the blatant enemy, our servicemen used weaponry of IFVs. The Donetsk sector, during the last 24 hours, 8 instances of ceasefire violations were recorded. All the shellings were precision ones. The most tense situation was in the region of Avdiivka. At about 11 in the morning, the enemy shelled one of the strong points of our forces with the use of 82 mm mortars. The enemy launched at our positions 4 mines. Then, during the day, in this hottest point of our defense, there were 4 more enemy firing provocations, this time with the use of small arms. Also, there were firing provocations by the enemy in other key areas of confrontation in the Donetsk sector. Strong points of the armed forces of Ukraine near Marinka, Novotoroitske, Shirokina, and Budyivka mine. The enemy shelled with the use of grenade launchers, large caliber machine guns, trying to harm our defenders. In order to suppress firing activity of the enemy, in all instances, servicemen of the armed forces of Ukraine returned precision fire with the weapons that are not banned by the Minsk agreements. And during the last 24 hours, Russian occupation forces delivered 17 shellings along the line of confrontation. Servicemen of the armed forces of Ukraine returned fire 11 times. Unfortunately, our forces sustained casualties yesterday. In shelling near Avdiivka, 1 serviceman was lethally wounded by bullet, and 1 more serviceman was wounded. In the region of Shirokina, in shelling with the use of small arms, 1 serviceman was wounded. And moreover, near Verkhnya Toretska, 1 serviceman was wounded in explosion of a tripwire. Our hearts go out to the family and relatives of servicemen who died for Ukraine.
According to the main intelligence department information, due to the rotation of the command staff in the military units of the 1st Donetsk and 2nd Lugansk, so-called Army Corps of the Armed Forces of Russian Federation, Russian Occupational Command initiates ceasefire from December 11 this year. Due to the poor discipline and loss of control by the commanders, the militants of one of the units of the 2nd Army Corps shelled on ATO frontline positions with large caliber machine gun, and as a result, the subversive reconnaissance group of the same militants unit came under fire. In the interest of improving moral and psychological status of the staff of the Second Army Corps, and for additional motivation of the recruiting of local citizens, the so-called LPR authorities organized commissions to issue combatant certificates so that they can get social preferences. At the same time, currently in Lugansk, one private company is already trading in the same certificates. At the same time, in the village of Travneva, thanks to the civil military cooperation team Svetlodarsk officers, the power supply and transportation have been resumed, and the workers of Bakhmut Agrarian Union now can use the regular bus route. One of the three villages in the three streets in the village of Travneva, which has no power supply now, will be connected to the grid very soon, unless there are provocations on the part of militants. The Travneva village was visited by the representatives of the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs and UN Food and Agriculture Organization. The main goal of the visit is to assess current situation and identify priority needs of civilians. Along with the UN representatives, NGO humanitarian mission Proliska also visited the village and distributed blankets and food stuff to the civilians. Thank you. That's all for today.